Hello and welcome to today's video. This problem is asking how much cash was collected from credit customers. And so it's an allowance for bad debt. And anytime I see an allowance for a bad debt problem, I always want to analyze the accounts receivable and the allowance account input, all the information that's given to me, and then see what it's asking about. Now, the accounts receivable is an asset account that appears on the balance sheet. It increases on the left with the debit and decreases on the right with a credit. It has a beginning balance. It increases with credit cells. So sales that are made on account, and the only way it goes down is if a customer makes a payment on their account. So cash collections, and then it can also go down if we actually write off an account. And we would do that because a customer hasn't paid us, but they're never going to pay us. They filed for bankruptcy or something like that. So that will give us our ending balance. The allowance is a contra asset, which means it still shows in the asset section of the balance sheet. But contra means opposite, so it has a credit balance and increases on the right and decreases on the left. And so it has a beginning balance, and on the right, it increases by, we saw over here the journal entry when you record bad debt expense and credit allowance, that is the journal entry. So this is whatever you record in bad debt expense is being recorded in the allowance account. And this is our estimate of what we think people aren't going to pay us. Whereas the other side is the actual what we actually write off. And that will give us our ending balance. So what I want to do is take the information that's provided, input it, and then see what it's asking. So in this information, we're given that they had total sales of $3 million, but only 80% were on credit. So we want to put in the credit sales, but we only want to put in what's credit. So only 80%, which is 2.4. And so I will put 2.4. Then we're also given the beginning balance in accounts receivable was $165,000, and the beginning balance in the allowance for bad debt was $20,000. So we'll go ahead and put in those beginning balances for accounts receivable and allowance. And then the other information they give us is that the amount written off was $27,000. So that write-off will go right here, and it will also go right here. All right then. The only other thing they give us is they give us an aging of their accounts receivable, and they're giving us their receivable at the end of the year. So this is their ending accounts receivable. And what they've done is they've taken that ending accounts receivable and just broken out. These are different pools showing how long the different receivables, how long they've been outstanding. But if you sum all of those, the ending balance is $492,000. So if I come back over here, they're giving me the ending balance of the accounts receivable. So the only thing they're not giving me right here is the cash collections, which is what this problem is asking for. And I can do that by adding everything on the left and subtracting everything on the right because it's an asset account. So I'll just take $165,000 plus the 2.4 minus X. That's what we're looking for, is the cash collection, 27. And that's equal to the ending balance, which is $492,000. And so I can go ahead and do the algebra there. And when I do the algebra, I'll solve for X, which is 200 and or 2046. And that is the cash that was actually collected. If you found this video helpful and would like to see the next educational videos, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Additionally, if you have any suggestions for tutorial topics, please write them in the comments. We look forward to your feedback and suggestions. Thank you.